Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale
Ano pa ka mo?
Namaste Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyatishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhattavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radio.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
परम की भक्ति वेदांत श्रील प्रपाद की इस्कान फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रपाद की एवं प्रपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र स्वतंत्र श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रपाद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरी गोवर्धन की जय ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय गंगा मई की जय यमुना मई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय तुलसी देवी की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय वेद भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to somebody devotees
Hare Krishna
all glories to somebody devotees
Hare Krishna
all glories to somebody devotees
Hare Krishna
all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol.
Namaste Narasimhaya
Namaste Narasimhaya
Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Shiva Kankana Kalaye Yato Yamitato Narsingha Ayir Narsingha Hidaye Narsingha Narasingha Madim Saranam Prapade Avatar Kamala Vare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Blindam Keshavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavajita Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Shridev Bhagavan ki Jai Maharaj ki Jai Go Prananatha
Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarundu Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Prabhupada Ki Jai
Player.
Right to the wall. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thank you very much for coming to this weekly gathering in spite of a very, very, very cold weather. How much was it? Minus 19? It was 14.
Minus 40.
Minus 14? Wow. Minus 14 Celsius, right? That's in Celsius.
And windy. And windy.
Minus 22. Wow. So thank you again. In spite of bad weather, you all made it. So many devotees are here. So today we have our special guest of honor. After a long time, I'm seeing him. He's my good old friend. We did a lot of drama practices and dramas at the temple, ISKCON Philadelphia. So he was my partner at the time for many of the dramas. So he's here. Restaurant? Okay. So anyways, how was the festival last week? You did attend?
Awesome.
We missed some of the devotees, but it was very nice. I saw you online, you were there, right? Right, yeah. So here is, okay, so we have our good fortune to hear wonderful kirtan from His Grace Maha Premavesh Prabhu. Please, 3 times Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Thank you very much, Prabhu, for coming. So today we have good fortune to hear Srimad Bhagavatham series. What verse is that? 1.3.8. 8. Okay, so we'll continue with 1.3.8 onward. And we have amongst us, we have His Grace Prananatha Prabhu. Please come. Prananatha Prabhu. So Prananatha Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj. And he was initiated into Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya in 2018 and has been associated with ISKCON movement for the past 15 years. He is very actively involved in managing and distributing Srila Prabhupada's books and His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj's books in North America and assists in certain projects dear to his Guru Maharaj. He has been associated with ISKCON of Philadelphia since 2009. Distributing Srila Prabhupada books, you always see him at the counter, book counter. Have you seen him? Always very, very active, very welcoming, always smiley face, welcoming devotees. That very inspires. Distributing Srila Prabhupada books and cooking for Sunday feast and festivals are some of his key services at ISKCON Philadelphia. He also cooked for Rath Yatra, big feast, where we have like 5,000 devotees. So he also served for many years at ISKCON of Delaware, Krishna village, in various leadership roles, providing strategic direction and planning for spreading Krishna consciousness in Delaware. As an MSF leader, we have this monthly Sankirtan. Now every month once they go out, in and around Philadelphia area, doing Sankirtan and then distributing books. He has been a leader and as a Sunday school teacher. So he also conducts weekly Bhagavad Gita and daily Srimad Bhagavatam sessions for kids and adults. So if you are interested, please contact him. He loves serving the Vaishnava community, especially kids, via Kids Camp. Have you seen last Kids Camp? In, where was it? New Nilachal Dham. It was wonderful. So he is the sole person to organize that event. And he takes care of kids very nicely. So within his limited capacity in fulfilling the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So let's welcome His Grace Prananatha Prabhu by chanting 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So open up your vedabase.net 1.3.8. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for that extended introduction, Mukta Sangha Prabhu. And so good to see Mahapremavesh Prabhu here, my dear friend. He just returned from Mayapur. Talking about welcoming and introduction, I still remember the first day I went to Philadelphia Temple was Janmashtami, many years ago. And can you guess who was the person? So everybody was asking me, where are you from? I said, I used to live in Delaware. Okay. So I moved to Princeton area, but I was in Delaware. So we see here Mukta Sangha Prabhu, right? He's the one who introduced me to Krishna Kirtan Prabhu. Oh, this is from Delaware, new person came here. Go to this Bhakti Vriksha. You can be in touch with Krishna Kirtan Prabhu.
I don't remember.
Yes, but I remember. So thank you very much. We'll start with Jai Radha Madhav. But
You want Kirtan?
I think I have. It's okay. Just sing. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Yashodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Munatira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Munatira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Munatira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stoutar Sata Shriman His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stoutar Sata Shriman His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायपुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, thank you all for coming for this Saturday program at Bensalem. Thank you Mukta Sangha Prabhu and the group of devotees for inviting. We are reading, studying and discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text number 8. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Anyone remembers what is the title of this chapter?
Krishna, source of all.
Yes, Krishna, the source of all incarnations. Wonderful, thank you. So this is text number 8. So you can repeat after me. Trutiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Titiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Devarshitvam Upetyasa
Devashitvam Upetyasa
Tantram Satvatam Achastha
Tantram Shashvatam Achascha
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yata
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Nata
Trutiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Titiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Devarshitvam Upetyasa
Devashitvam Upetyasa
Tantram Satvatam Achastha
Tantram Shashvatam Achascha
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yata
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Nyata
Trutiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Titiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Devarshitvam Upetyasa
Devarshitvam Upetyasa
Tantram Satvatam Achastha
Tantram Shashvatam Achascha
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yata.
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Nyata.
Anyone wants to recite?
Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai.
Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetyasa Tantram Shashvatam Achascha Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yata.
Trutiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetyasa
Tantram Satvatam Achashta
Tantram Satvatam Achastha
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yatah
Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yata. Trutiyam, the third one. Rishi Sargam, the millennium of the Rishis. Why? Certainly, Devarshitvam, incarnation of the Rishi amongst the demigods. Upetya, having accepted. Saha, he, Tantram, exposition of the Vedas, Shatvatam, which is especially meant for devotional service. Achastha, collected. Naishkarmyam, non-fruitive. karmanam, of work, yataha, from which. In the millennium of the rishis, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspire non-fruitive action. Purport. The great, anyone wants to read? You're welcome. We can have some, participation rather than one way. Please.
The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and species of life are his disciples. Srila Vyasudev, the compiler of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples. Narada is the author of the Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. This Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis, or the fruitive workers, to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works include all kinds of economic development plans, but the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound up by such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But material conditions, either in so-called happiness or in so-called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in the unconditional state. Sri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the diseased men of the world, how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of curd for his sufferings from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of one's labor. That will lead one to the path of Naishkarmya, or liberation.
Thank you, Mahaprema Vishnu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Om Ajnana Timrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namah Vishnupadaya Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Sachinandana Swami Nityanamne Nityananda Pripreshta Dinabhatre Kripa Bhutale. Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining again. As Mukta Sangha Prabhu said, beating this cold, chilly, windy weather. Yeah. So thank you, first of all, Prabhu, for inviting. If you have all heard, in the purport, in the last couple of lines, Prabhupada uses a word, a medical term. Did you get that? What was that word? Physician, yes. But you see many times people have this misunderstanding that Narada Muni is an instigator. But especially in people from India, in the movies and in other places, it is portrayed that he is, unnecessarily instigating. But no, Prabhupada says he is a physician. He's like the doctor who treats the disease. This is a very important point, in this. So this whole chapter, Krishna, the source of incarnation, there are about 25 incarnations. And these are all the Leela avatars of the Lord. Some empowered incarnations are there which are called Shakti-avesh avatars. And all these incarnations, in the later one of the verses of this chapter, which is one of the key verses of this chapter and of the Bhagavatam, is text 28 of this chapter. Ete chamsa kala pumsam krishnastu bhagavan swayam indriyari vyakulam lokam mridayanti yuge yuge. Ete chamsa kala pumsam krishnastu swayam bhagavan swayam. All these incarnations that we are describing in this chapter and will be described in this chapter, they are all either expansions or expansions of Krishna. Ultimately, Krishna is the source and cause of all the incarnations and of everything. This is something we need to remember. That ultimate, like Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchitananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarvakarana Karanam. So it's the cause of all these incarnations also. They are all coming from Krishna. Yeah. And all these Leela avatars, all these incarnations are ultimately meant to help us understand Krishna, his name, his form, his qualities, his pastimes, and ultimately to enchant us so that we can't resist thinking of him and remembering him and serving him. When I was growing, I was born and raised in Hyderabad or in Secunderabad. It's like Jersey City and New York City. Are they called twin cities, Prabhu? Yeah. No. So Secunderabad and Hyderabad in Telangana. Mataji is smiling. So where are you from?
I'm from Andhra.
Okay, very good. So they are called twin cities. So I lived in a cantonment or in a little outskirts of Secunderabad. So it would take me half an hour to come to this common, public transportation. This was about 30 years ago, 35 years ago. So it would take me 1 hour to go to my school in public transportation. 2 buses I had to change. So when I was going from Secunderabad to Hyderabad, where my school was, every day I would see this big, nice billboard. Yeah, what did it say? I can resist anything except temptation. I can resist anything except temptation. Little did I know. Every day I would see that, and it kind of imprinted in my heart. Then I realized how powerful that is. But the point is, each of these incarnations exhibit certain qualities. They attract us. Each of these incarnations, they exhibit one quality. And through these qualities, ultimately we are meant to be attracted to Krishna. And so much attraction that we can't resist. That's the whole purpose. Yeah? So, Jiva Goswami explains that this is as Paribhashya Sutra. Means, if we turn off lights in this room, what happens? It's all dark. And let's say our dear Mukta Sangha Prabhu lights a candle or a lamp. The whole room becomes illuminated, right? Brightened. So this Ete Chamsa Kala Pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriyari vyakulam lokam mridanti yuge yuge is like that. It's the essence of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. So, and Krishna's special, why is he coming? Why are these different incarnations coming? In that verse he is explaining whenever there is mischief or troubles, he is coming again and again. So he is so compassionate. In the spiritual world, his compassion is not that, like, if there is sunshine everywhere, you and I take a lamp and a torchlight. Do they have any value? Nah. But when it's all dark, so spiritual world, so his because this material world is compared to darkness, right? That's why we say, Om Ajnanati Mirandhasya. I am born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of transcendental knowledge. So this material world is compassion. We see his compassion in this material. That's why it says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Surya Saman Maya ho andhakar. Jaha Krishna, taye nahi maya ho adhikar. So Krishna is like the sun or the sunshine. Wherever there is Krishna, there is no question of darkness. Yeah. So coming to this particular verse, which is talking about this empowered incarnation, which is Narada Muni. When Yudhishthira Maharaj goes to Agyatavas incognito, yeah, at that time a question is raised, which is the true religion? There are so many different paths of religion. How do we know which is true religion? Everybody also claims my path is the best. So which is the true religion? So, without going too much into the details of that verse, but the essence there was Dharmasya Tattvam Nihitam Guhayam Mahajanayena Gata Sapanta. Meaning, the answer is follow in the footsteps of great personalities. Mahajanayena Gata Sapanta. Panta. Panta means to follow. So, follow, just simply follow their example in the path of these great personalities. Traditionally, Mahajana, right? Mahajana. How many Mahajans are there? 12. Although it's not restricted to that 12, but traditionally we say 12 Mahajanas, but there are many. But can you name those 12 Mahajanas? A few of them.
Naraji, Shambhu,
Ha.
Kapil, Manu, Yamraji,
Vidur. No. Well, in this 12 Mahajanas, Vidur is not there. Yes, in this 12 Mahajanas, Vidur is not there.
Shukadeva Goswami,
Yes.
Bali
Maharaj.
Yes. Swayambhur Narada Shambho. So who is this Swayambhu? In the words it says Swayambhu Narada Shambhu. No, this Swayambhu is Brahma. Swayambhu Narada, whom we are going to talk about, and Shambhu. Shambhu is Lord Shiva. Kumara Kapilo Manu. So Kumara are the four Kumaras. Kapila Dev, Lord Kapila, and Manu is Swayambhu Manu. And then who? Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma. Prahlad, yes, Bali is also there. Prahlad, so 9. Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, and Bali, Vyasakhi. Who is Vyasakhi? Yes, Vyasakhi is the son of Vyasadeva, who is Sukadeva Goswami. And Vayam is Yama. He's the one speaking. So at the end he is also there. So these are the 12 Mahajanas. Yeah, the list is exhaustive, but there are other Mahajanas also. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a synonym for this word Mahajana. What is another synonym for Mahajana? Have you heard? What is the word that is popularly used in the Bhagavad Gita for Mahajans? Yes, Mahatmas. Mahatma nastumam partha daivim prakritimashtam. Right? There is also another verse. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Bahunam janmanamante. After many births, one who understands what? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. That Krishna is everything. Vasudeva is son of Vasudeva. Yeah. Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan means who comes to this understanding, this knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Samahatma, that great person, Sudurlabha. Durlabha means rare. Sudurlabha means very rare. Yes, you know there is this word in the 9th chapter, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. And yes, Pavitram idamuttamam pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyam. Sukham is joyfully perform devotional service. Susukham is very joyfully perform. Right? Sudhurla, very rare. This Mahatma is very rare. Yeah, then so this rare Mahatma or Mahajana, we follow in their path. Yeah. And what is Mahatma doing usually? What are these Mahajanas, Mahatmas doing? According to the Bhagavad Gita, what do they do? Satatam kirtayanto mam. Yes, they are always chanting the glories of the Lord. Right, you see Narada Muni, what is he doing? He has a veena in his hand and he is singing Narada Muni Bajaye Veena Radhika Raman Name. Yes. So one day Srila Prabhupada, if you see in all the Bhagavatam and in all the many small books also, he loves Narada Muni. He is glorifying extensively Narada Muni everywhere. This one purport actually is enough, this one verse. The whole essence of Bhagavatam is there in this verse. But Srila Prabhupada is so kind, he gives so many verses so we can discuss for our lifetime or many, many lifetimes. But otherwise the essence is there in today's verse. Anyway, so one day Srila Prabhupada was giving a talk in Bombay. And he was talking about the 12 Mahajanas. Yeah. So there was one gentleman, obviously Indian gentleman in that crowd, and he said, he addressed Srila Prabhupada as Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, you are giving us the science of Krishna consciousness. You are the 13th Mahajana for giving us the science of Krishna consciousness. Guess what was Prabhupada's answer? I want you to follow and become the 14th. How merciful Prabhupada was. So, anyways, this Narada Muni, you all are following me? Yes. So this Narada Muni is the Shakti Avesh avatar, is the empowered incarnation. Yeah. And as we read in today's verse, the translation said, accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. Yeah. So he's always giving love of Godhead to everybody he meets. No differentiation. Everybody is giving love of God. There are 4 empowered incarnations that are discussed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. One is the Kumaras, the second is Narada, third is Prithu, and Parshuram. Yeah. So, and Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavatam in the 6th canto, he says, Narada Muni is the father of devotional service. Father of devotional service. Very important point. And many places he addresses Narada Muni as Bhagavan, meaning he is the supreme authority of devotional service. And also many places in the Bhagavatam it is addressed that there is no difference between the words of Narada Muni and the words of the immediate spiritual master. There is no difference, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, actually maybe we should discuss right now. He says there is no difference because Narada Muni is talking about devotional service, and our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, is also talking about the same devotional service, giving love of Godhead, right? I was giving the example about one of that person said, is the 13th Mahajana. The same teachings, they are giving the same teaching of Krishna, Ada Muni and Srila Prabhupada. So there is no difference. And Prabhupada is talking to us, it's like the father of devotional service is talking to us. What is Krishna teaching in the Bhagavad Gita? 18.65 and 66, two very popular verses. He says, Man mana, yeah, that's 66, but the one before 65 is Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru maviveshasi tyapte pratijani priyashima. Priyashime, become my devotee, worship me, offer homages unto me. This way you'll come to me without fail, I promise. That's what Prabhupada is teaching. That's what Narada Muni taught. Then Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayashyami Masucha. I'll deliver you from all sinful reactions, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me. So, same teaching. So Narada Muni came to give this devotional service to us. And, in this verse it was saying that he's a great sage among the demigods, right? Can you connect that to any verse in the Bhagavad Gita?
About demigod?
He says, what does it say? Okay, let me read again. The third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. The 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is talking about the opulences, just a tiny fraction of his opulences. And in one of the verses, 10:26, he says, Ashvatha sarva vrikshanam devarshinam cha narada Gandharva Chitraratha Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Right? Ashvatha Sarva Vrikshanam. Of all the trees, is that because of here that the noise is coming? It's okay?
That's fine.
Ashvatha Sarva Vrikshanam. Of all the trees, I am banyan tree. And of Devarshi Nam. Deva means the demigods. Rishi, among the sages among the demigods, I am Narada. Who is saying this? Krishna is saying. Krishna is identifying himself as Narada. Just try to understand how glorious Narada's position is. Yeah? Yes. So, Narada is also considered as the eternal transcendental spaceman. How many of us, at some point needed a visa in our lives?
All the time.
Everybody? How come nobody is raising their hands? Yes, Mahaprema Vesh Prabhu also had to take a visa to go to India. Right? Yeah, see. But you see this Narada Muni? He doesn't need any visa. Visa-free travel. And how he got that position, we'll talk about that in a minute. But he's considered as an eternal transcendental spaceman. Free travel anywhere and everywhere. He can go to Ravana's abode, to Kamsa's place, to devotee's place. Everywhere he can travel. And everywhere he is warmly welcomed. Not just devotees, and demons because they know he's their well-wisher. Yeah. So he's not an instigator. But we'll talk about that also. So anyways, the lesson and the one main instruction we learn from Narada Muni's practical instructions and teachings is that he's trying to expedite Krishna's arrival, to deliver people. That is his goal. He's not instigating anybody, but he's expediting Krishna's arrival. Yeah. And when someone comes close, and this is a practical instruction for us also, when someone comes close to Krishna or to Krishna consciousness or to our movement or to our society, it's so hard, right, Mukta Sangha Prabhu? I really appreciate so much of your commitment to host these programs every Saturday, rain or shine or snow. And some days, I'm sure it was hardly anybody here. Just you and maybe Mataji and children. Is that right? There were some weeks, yeah. But a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. But it's very difficult. But having gotten, we should be very careful. I'm talking to myself, not to lose devotees. It's very difficult, Prabhupada said it takes a lot of blood to make one devotee. But we should also be equally very careful not to lose anybody. Otherwise, Prabhupada explains this is like licking a bottle of honey. People come, they stay a little bit and leave. That is like licking the bottle of honey from outside. Without tasting, without opening the bottle and tasting. So, yeah. The reason I'm saying this is in Kamsa, in Narada Muni, so many examples are there. If you open Bhagavatam, there are so many stories of Narada Muni delivering. And you see in the case of Kamsa, the Krishna book explains, although he was demoniac, but sometimes he had this good quality of thinking, am I doing something right or wrong? Once in a while he used to think like this, are my actions right or wrong? So when the first child of Devaki was born, his immediate reaction was, kill him. Yeah. But then he thought, didn't I hear that it is the 8th child who is going to kill me? Oh, Vasudev, take. No need, I am not going to kill. No threat, go. Then Narada Muni enters. Narada Muni says, Kamsa, you fool, you rascal, has something gone mad with you? In the spiritual world, 1 is 8, 8 is 1. He's telling him, you and I may think he doesn't know counts, right? Or he's instigating. But he wanted Krishna to come soon. When Krishna appears, it's all blissful. The entire mankind is benefited. Everybody is benefited. So Kamsa, kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From first child hesitation to expediting. Yeah, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the purpose was to expedite the arrival of Krishna. Same way, very interesting story is there of Rukmini Devi. Narada Muni spent so many days after days glorifying Krishna to Rukmini Devi. And there is no better person than Narada Muni to glorify Krishna. Right? He is glorifying, and Rukmini Devi is flat. After hearing from Narada Muni, she made up her mind, even if it takes 1,000,000 lifetimes, Krishna is my husband. Meaning, I may not be qualified, I am ready to wait 1,000,000 lifetimes to become qualified to marry Krishna. Yeah, she's okay to wait. How come she got so much of this thing? Who gave her that much of this thing? Narada Muni. She writes a love letter to Krishna. Probably the first love letter anybody ever wrote. Right? But you see, the interesting part is, it was not easy. The palace in which she was living, everybody was against. Her brother, what's her brother's name? Rukmi. Yes. Rukmi wanted Rukmini to marry Shishupal. Her father, what's her father's name? Bhishmaka. He also was on Rukmi's side. The own family, own house, everybody is against. She can't even express her heart to anybody. Lone battle she's fighting inside. Who do you think helped her? It was Narada Muni's mercy that she was able to, keep going. Yeah. Then this whole amazing story of Vyasadeva himself. Vyasadeva compiled all the Vedas, but he was not happy. He compiled all the Vedas, but something was still bothering him. And Narada Muni came and said, "You are not happy because you have not glorified Krishna enough. You have not really focused on devotional service and wonderful, amazing qualities of Krishna that are so irresistible. You didn't do that. Huh? So Vyasadeva starts meditating. Yeah. Our point is after Narada's mercy, yeah, he realizes this point, and then he was very satisfied in his heart, and then he compiled. One of my favorite stories is the story of Mrigari. You know the story of Mrigari, the hunter? Yeah. Okay, so how many of you don't know? Okay, quite a few don't know. So I'll just quickly share. Once there was a hunter, a very, very powerful story, and it's one of my very favorite stories. This Mrigari was a hunter in the forest, and he would half kill the animals. Half kill. They are struggling to live. So one day Narada Muni is passing and he sees all these animals half killed. So he goes, finds out to that path, he goes and meets this hunter. And the hunter says, what do you want, some animal skin or something? No, 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 no. I have a question. Oh, what do you want from me? Why are you half killing these animals? Oh, this is what my father taught me. This is my livelihood. Oh no, you are going to incur so much of sin. Why don't you just kill the animals totally? What is this? Then because of Narada Muni's causeless mercy, he realizes in his heart and he says, okay, what do I need to do to avoid getting any sinful reaction? He says, stop all this and come with me. Just wear one dhoti and come with me. Oh, what will happen to my livelihood? How will I get my food? Don't worry, I'll give you unlimited supply of grains. Don't worry about your food. So he goes, plants a tulsi and he starts chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then, generally people when they see somebody is chanting like that, like a sadhu, everybody wants to give some donation. And so all the village people are giving grains and supplying everything unlimited. He has no shortage of food or anything. So he becomes a wonderful devotee. Time passes, and one day Narada Muni tells one of his friends, Parvata Muni, let's check out my disciple, let's see how he's doing. Yeah? So they go, and this Mrigari, the hunter who has turned into a devotee, he finds out that Narada Muni is coming, my guru is coming. So now he goes to see him. You all are with me? Yes. Yeah? He goes to see him, and on the path there are ants, and he doesn't want to step on them and kill the ants. The same person who was half killing animals, making them suffer like anything, now doesn't even want to harm an ant. Because of whom? Narada Muni. It's mercy. Yeah. So it is explained that when someone becomes a devotee, all the wonderful qualities will manifest in that person. All the good qualities. Yeah. All the good qualities that are there in the demigods. Yeah. So, many stories, many such wonderful stories are there. The point I'm trying to make is there is Kamsa, there is Rukmini, there is Mrigari the hunter. I haven't heard Prabhupada saying this, but there's also stories there about Valmiki, who in his past life was a thief, stealing stuff from everybody, right? And same way, Narada Muni delivered him in Valmiki.
Bensalem.
So, now, what is very interesting for us to understand, which is very relevant actually, you see, is some of the past lives of Narada Muni. Narada Muni in one of his lives was Upavarna. He was a Gandharva. Because we were reciting this verse, Gandharvanam Chitraratha. So he was a Gandharva. He was a really handsome, good-looking man, attracting all the celestial women. Okay, and one day the Prajapatis, this was in the heavenly planets, they wanted to increase the progeny, and they were doing a yajna. And yajna is meant for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. Yeah. So instead of doing Sankirtan, this Upavarna was Narada in one of his previous lives. He was singing songs not relevant to the Lord. In one of the purpose, Prabhupada writes, cinema song. Okay, so but the point is, so he was singing some, and the sages who assembled there for the yajna got very disappointed and they cursed him. They cursed him to be born as a son of a maidservant. But because he realized his mistake, and because of the sages are very merciful. Remember, Narada Muni also cursed sons of Kuvera, Nalakuvara and Manigriva. But it was really not a curse, it was a blessing. They became trees in the backyard of Nanda Maharaj and were delivered by Krishna. So it's a blessing, sages. So, because he realized his mistake and they were very merciful, he was born as a son of a maid servant. His mother was very Krishna in the next life, but his mother was very Krishna conscious. You see, sometimes children are not much interested, but the mothers are serving nice prasadam to the children, even though they are not. Yeah, slowly, eventually they will. But so his mother was very Krishna conscious, and during the Chaturmasya time, generally sages they travel, devotees, but once they go to a place, they are not moving for that 4 months. They're staying in one place for that 4 months. So they came to his mother's home, and one day, please listen to this very carefully, he ate the remnants of the prasadam that they honored. Just by tasting the remnants, all that past desires to do all these kinds of activities were washed away. Just by tasting the remnants of the prasadam that these 4 transcendentalists, he took permission from. The desire to enjoy or gratify the senses got washed away. He lost all the taste and interest in material things. This is very powerful. And then what happened? Not only that, he found great attraction to hear the transcendental narrations of the Lord. Unfortunately, one day his mother dies from a snake bite, and then Narada Muni is remembering the Supreme Lord and remembering all the wonderful pastimes. And guess what? The Lord gave him darshan. Not because of his endeavors, not because of his efforts. The Lord just gave him darshan out of his causeless mercy. And Narada Muni was hankering to see again. The Lord said, no, cannot qualify it. That was just my mercy to you. So it's unless we have that strong hankering, really strong hankering, we will not get darshan of the Lord. But and it's explained that you get that real darshan of the Lord one time, real darshan of the, or even our prarabdha karma is washed away. It's very deep, very, very deep. So, we may still be, what that means is we may still be in this material world, but we'll have nothing to do with this material world. That's the point. Jivana Mukta. That's what they say. That was Narada Muni's position. And guess what? At the end, Bhagavatam gives very beautiful description of illumination, lightning and illumination. Yeah. So, which came first? How many of you say lightning? How many of you say illumination? They both happened simultaneously. The point there was he left his material body and got a spiritual body same time. So, the reason I am sharing this is, look, who was he in the first life? He was a Gandharva, attracted to material sense gratification, was singing. Like, I used to sing a lot of movie songs 20 years back, from morning to night. Every audio, every movie that was Bollywood and Tollywood, whatever it is, I would try to listen to the songs. Even though I've stopped listening 15, 18 years, but still that conditioning is there. Sometimes it comes back. The lyrics I remember, even though I don't listen and sing. It's very bad. The point I'm trying to make is how Narada Muni, from a Gandharva down to son of maid servant, by the association of devotees, became the father of devotional service. Father of devotional service. And look at his disciples. Dhruv Maharaj, he wanted a kingdom greater than his great-grandfather. His father was Uttanapad. Uttanapad's father was Swayambhuva Manu. Manu's father, Swayambhuva Manu's father's great-grand. I want a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather. And then what happened? He meets Narada Muni. He gives him instruction, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the Lord comes, gives him darshan, touches the conch shell on his head, and he says, what I was asking you, meaning the kingdom greater than my great-grandfather is like broken glass pieces on the street compared to your darshan. 6 months transformation. Look at Prahlad. Prahlad was the son of Hiranyakashipu, demon family. Before birth only he became a pure devotee. Who educated him in devotional service? In the womb itself. Mrugari the hunter, I told you, right? So, he is not provoking, he is not instigating. He is a doctor to treat the disease. If a living entity has pride, Narada Muni, Srila Prabhupada, or our spiritual master, through the instructions of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, are there to remove that pride. Same thing happened to Nalakuvera and Manigriva. It was the pride of wealth and position that made them think, I don't care. Narada Muni was passing by and they were naked and they didn't care. So what? Big deal. That was their thought. So, this Narada Muni, you see in the temple, today at 6 o'clock, we were doing Aarti. This is Narada Pancharatrika Vidhi, deity worship, that is taught to us. And it frees, this purport is also talking about karma, different types of karmas, and everything we do in this world, we want something out of it. Everything. It is called sakama karma for me. What can I get out of that? But Narada Muni is teaching us, even if we have to do actions and activities, how should we do? For whom should we do? Atmendriya priti vancha are bole kama. Means, if you are doing anything with a desire for your own enjoyment or to fulfill your own desires and for your own sense gratification, it is called kama, or in English it is called lust. Krishnendriya priti ichhadhare prem nam. But Atmendriya is self, for our own senses. Krishnendriya. But if you do activities to please Krishna, Krishnendriya priti, then it is called prema or love. Yeah, lust versus love. Majority of us, yeah, in this material world are trying to gratify our senses, right? So he teaches us how not to be entangled in this material. How much time we have, Prabhu? Am I running late?
No, what is the time now?
7:32.
Yeah, we are okay, 5-10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So he's teaching us that by performing devotional service, we won't be entangled in this cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death. A lot of people think, oh, I'm a very nice person. I don't harm anybody. I only do good actions. Right? To enjoy the results of those good actions, you have to take birth again. If you have taken birth again means there is old age, there is disease, there is death. You don't have to talk about all the things in between, you know. So the Gita does not teach us to do good karma. The Gita doesn't teach us to do bad karma. The Gita teaches us to do akarma, means do everything without any attachment for the pleasure of Krishna, not for our own pleasure. Yeah. We think in this material world, by doing these activities, so many activities for our own pleasure, we think we'll get pleasure, we think there is happiness. But Prabhupada gives this very nice example of a camel in the desert. You know, the camel bites on the thorns in the forest, a lot of thorns. And when you bite the thorns, what comes? If I bite? Blood. So the blood is there in the mouth like a juice. And then the camel is eating some grass. And it is thinking the grass is so tasty. So that is what is happening. Even this, our situation in this material world, we are thinking, but ultimately it's going to lead to misery and suffering. Yeah. Real happiness, as Narada Muni is teaching us, is in loving devotional service to the Lord without any expectation, just to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So, also in the purport it is explained, if I cook for myself, it is karma. But if same cooking I do for Krishna and then accept the prasadam, I am free. It's pleasing. Cooking is happening. Dancing. There are so many people dancing outside or in the bars and pubs and some other places. They are also dancing. We also dance in the programs and in the temple. Not just dance, sing. Mahaprima Vishprabhu was so nicely singing and leading. Yeah. So this is for the pleasure of Krishna. Yeah. So, yes, same thing, but if we use it in the service of Krishna, it becomes the cause of our liberation. Otherwise, we are bound. I'll tell one short funny story, and then we can open up for questions and answers. I heard this from Shankaranand Prabhu in New Vrindavan, 13-14 years ago. This is the story of Kailash. Okay, one day, Narada Muni goes and knocks on a door. So this young 16, 17-year-old boy, his name is Kailash. He opens the door. My dear Kailash, so Kailash opens the door, says, oh Narada Muni ji, please, welcome, come. Yes, how can I help you? Narada Muni says, I want to teach you the science of Bhagavad Gita. Come with me. Oh Narada Muni ji, I'm such a young 16-year-old boy. I have so many things to do. I have to study, finish up my college education. I'm very, very busy. No time. Please come again. Little later. As you wish. So he comes back after 5-6 years. Kailash. Oh Narada Muni ji, welcome. Kailash, my dear friend, are you ready? Kailash says, I just graduated and started working. I need to get married. I'm busy right now. Let me get married and then I'll be ready. Okay. As you wish. Narada Muni goes away. After a few years he comes back. Now there are 2 little children in the house. Come on, Kailash, are you ready now at least? Oh, Narada Muniji, are you seeing I have 2 little children? I have to take care of them. I have a lot of responsibility. Once they become like, little older kids, then I'll be free, then I'll be ready. Comes back after 10, 14, 15 years. Kids have grown up, got married. Narada Muni says, wonderful, come on, let's go. They are so irresponsible, Narada Muni, what should I tell you? If I am not home one day, hell breaks loose. Okay, another 15 years pass by. Guess what? Narada Muni comes. Kailash doesn't open the door. His son opens the door. Where is Kailash? Oh, Kailash left his body. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He comes out and there's a dog barking. Narada Muni sees the dog. Kailash, is that you? Yes, Narada Muni. How come? Oh, these people are so irresponsible. I had to take birth as a dog to protect the house and everything here. And now at least come, my dear Narada Muni, I am telling you. I can't explain how difficult it is. These people are so irresponsible. I cannot. Maybe little later. Again he goes away, comes back. Now you know what happens. He goes, the dog is not there. The dog is dead. And he sees a snake crawling in the backyard. Kailash, is that you? Yes, Narada Muniji. I had to take birth as a snake to protect now. So Narada Muni realized, a thought, I have to do something, So he goes, knocks on the door. Kailash's son, his son's wife, and the children are there. Oh, there is a snake in your backyard. Everybody is coming with a stick to kill the snake. And the snake, Kailash in the form, oh, Narada Muni, I'm ready. Please teach. So, very instructive. So, right now is the time. There's never a right time. Right now is the time. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any comments, reflections?
Thank you, Prabhu. That's very wonderful story last one. Very inspiring. So, time is now. Time is now for questions also. Anybody wants to share reflections?
Yes, or maybe our Mahapremavesh Prabhu can. Please correct, add Prabhu.
Anyone?
No Prabhuji.
No questions?
No questions, but wonderful class.
So everyone understood Prabhu. Thank you, that's wonderful. Big round of applause.
By the way, that was for me. If you find it beneficial and useful, but that was for me.
So it's definitely useful, Prabhu. And all the examples you gave, Srila Prabhupada examples, that is very inspiring. And we need those kind of instructions in our spiritual path. Thank you. So we'll have now, call the kids. So we'll have Shloka from kids.
No, today no
No Shloka? Okay. So then can somebody take Srila Prabhupada quotes? Upna. online there are a lot of devotees who have joined. Do you have any questions or reflections you want to share?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Prananatha Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. And it's really very like wonderful class, and you explained like very well the verse as well as the examples and the stories you shared that are very heart touching. And as Mukta Sangha Prabhu also mentioned, all the examples he quoted from Srila Prabhupada, and I like that point that when the Mahajans, the person is asking about the Mahajan, that Srila Prabhupada, you are the 13th Mahajan, and when Prabhupada replied, you are going to be the 14th one, which is very inspirational, that nobody expect that answer, to be honest. Like, I was expecting that Srila Prabhupada will say something else. But yeah, it's all very nice, no questions. Everything is crystal clear you put. And also would like to add a point that when we grown up watching the serial or movies, really Naraji is shown as the instigator, right? But it's the other way around when you read the Shastra. So reading Shastra is very, very important, like how pure devotee he is and how shown in the movies or serials like that. So, but yeah, it's very, very, very helpful. Thank you so much for this. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mukta Sangha Prabhu.
Anybody else?
Okay. Thank you, online devotees. And we will read a sloka for the week. Not sloka, the quotes, Srila Prabhupada quotes for a week. Amala Gauranga Prabhu, Nihal Prabhu.
हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप आते रहिएगा लेक्चर देने के लिए.
Yes, it's wonderful. Manji, it's wonderful. We really liked it very much.
2nd February. Cleopatra. You have heard the Grecian history. She was beautiful, and she conquered many great warriors. Beauty sometimes can conquer even the greatest man, but that does not mean beauty can conquer God. To conquer God is bhakti. If you are advanced in devotional service, then you can conquer God, just like the gopis. Los Angeles, February 2nd, 1968. February 3rd. You said that your job is Maya, but you must know that Maya is illusion. As soon as there is absence of Krishna consciousness, that is Maya. But you are working just to help and push Krishna's interest. Therefore, it is not Maya. Anything used in Krishna consciousness is real renouncement. Letter to Jai Govinda, February 3rd, 1970. No quote for February 4th. February 5th. Your suggestion that the devotees visiting Vrindavan engage in preaching and chanting and not gossiping is very good. We have sacrificed our life for Krishna's service, where there is scope for sleeping and gossiping. You can see in my example, not a single moment is wasted. Letter to Guru Das, February 5th, 1977. February 6th. The flies, they are finding out where is sore. And the bees, they're finding out where is honey. Two classes, fault finding and collecting the good things. Similarly, there are many rascals who are simply fault finding. Blasphemy means you have good qualities, but still, I am defaming you. The saintly person tends to overlook the bad qualities and see the good ones. Mayapur, February 6, 1976. February 7th. Spiritual anxiety means you are advancing in spiritual life, and material anxiety means you are going downhill. Maya is so strong that as soon as I am sitting in a solitary place, then I'll think of money and woman. Therefore, we should always live always in the assembly of devotees and chant Hare Krishna and save ourselves from the danger of material downfall. Hawaii, February 7, 1975. Hare Krishna.
That's it.
Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a wonderful quote. If you are not getting these quotes, please let us know. So I have a small announcement. So recently, about a couple of days back, which is February 4th. 4th, right?
Yeah.
February 4th. So we had they had a wonderful celebration on February 4th on behalf of Yathar's Janmadin, birthday. So let's all wish him, loudly chanting Hare Krishna one time, by wishing Yatharth Prabhu in his devotional path. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's a wonderful life ahead, Yatharth Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now it's time for prasadam. Mahaprasade Govinde. Rama Brahmane Vaishnave. Kalpa Punyavatam Rajan. Vishwaso Naiva Jayate. Sharira Vidyajal. Jadendriya Saheka. Jiva Phile Vishya Sagare. Aramade Jivati. Gopama Sudurmati. Ake Jeta Katina Samsare. Krishna Barodayamai. Parivar Jivajai. Prasada Nadilobai. Yanamrita Pao. Radha Krishna Gunaga. Premeda Ko Chaitanya Nitai. Jai Nitai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhara. Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Radha Krishna Mahaprasadam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Thank you, online devotees. Hari Bol.